Okay, here's a quick rundown of the CRM software we're using here at Peak. It's called sugarCRM, and I want to give you guys a quick tutorial on how we're going to use it. So like I mentioned in my blog post, the URL is crm.peak.org. You guys will be prompted by a login screen, but I was already logged in. Here's the main screen. It's a portal page. You can see all the normal elements that would be associated with it. Your main navigation, your shortcuts on what to create, and some general feed information that comes across associated with your account. So, the one portion that I think is most important for you guys to see and use is the leads section. I mentioned that in my post. This is where you're going to be collecting, tracking, recording all the information that comes in from any sales call that comes in over the phone. So you can see a couple different components on this page: a basic search, an advanced search, a leads list of all the different people that are already inputted into the system. There's some sample data in there as well as some real data. And then some other tools that I will be using from the back end to analyze and get reports from the information in there. So I guess let's start with the easiest way to create a lead, which is obvious. You go to Shortcuts, Create Lead. Very simple. This is how you would create an account in OG or Emerald. You can see different components of the information we'd like to collect. The lead source, you can see all these different elements here that are going to be important for you to capture. Part of what's important here is the campaign section. When I'm running a campaign, we want to make sure we're tracking which leads come from which campaign. So what we'll do is select the lead source there. I have some preset campaigns already in there, so it pops up a campaign search. You can search for the different campaigns that are currently running. You can see DirecTV at the Coast and the wireless summer campaign. So we'll say we'll create an account for a wireless summer campaign person. A lead source description would be nice, and this is fairly simple. An example would be called in from postcard. That would help me, as opposed to just leaving it blank where I would not know if it was a call generated from a postcard or a door hanger or a yard sign, things like that. Something else that you probably want to say, it's a new lead. Obviously the first name, Chris. Last name, Jones. A lot of this is geared towards business. We don't need to worry about a lot of that, but just the critical components would also be the phone number, 541. There's my phone number. And also the address, which is a little bit further down here. The assigned to section would be nice if it's an account that you need someone else to follow up on, such as Ben or Nathan, or if you need me to call them back, or if they're having account issues, Tim, you can assign it to someone. This will pop up into their portal section of the account when it says you have something assigned to you. So you can see the different accounts that are already set up within our software. For that, right now, I'll just leave it as mLaporte. And the email address would be nice. They give it to you, chris@jones.com, we'll say, and then the address, city, Junction City, all basic here. So I'll go ahead and leave the rest of that blank. It just makes sense. The description information, what kind of account, house in Junction City, can see mountaintop, specific mountaintop, or any notes that are relevant that stand out to you are definitely important to put in there. So at this time you've finished creating the basic account, the lead we'll call it. You can save it. So that registers to me that a call came in, a qualified lead. That, I mean, we want to record this information regardless or not if it's a sale conversion or if it's just someone that calls in and wanted information. We want that in here. So now that we've created that lead, it's pretty simple. This will help you with the information on who to follow up with, as opposed to creating a note on a notepad that you have or within Word. This is a good spot for you to keep that information. You can log in here anytime to see what your last contact was. How this sugarCRM does is activities. So if you created the account and you knew you needed to follow up with the person, it's pretty simple. You create a task or an activity. You may say, need to follow up with information. Added here, you can obviously say the progress. It's in progress. You may not have that information just yet. You have to acquire it from me. You can set the different calendar items. You can set time. You can assign it to someone if it's me, or if it's Mark Rudd, or if it's Ben that need to follow up. And here you may say, need advanced pricing. And then you can save. And it'll pop up into there, and it'll let you know according to the calendar function when you need to follow up. The other elements in here would be the campaign. We've already selected one earlier, but this is another place to do it. If you don't do it there, it's also easy. The history is another component. If it's an account that has a need for any account notes, maybe an installation that didn't work, or if they have a tree they need to chop down and it's something that needs to be followed up at a later date, the history would be a good spot to do it. Other than that, one final piece is if they do call and you call them back, or if they sign up immediately, it's very important that we convert the lead into an account or a customer at this point. You can see the different information that you can fill in there. Here you want to create an account, or you can create them into an opportunity and assign it to me if it's something that would turn into a bigger project, or you can create an appointment, something like that, if we were going to use that for our billing system. Here inside the account, it's easy. Once it's an account, it's a customer, we can consider that a converted sales lead.